Just like we used to do, Tim.
Just like the old
Just like
days.
the old days. We were watching some of our old content on Flow Network the last couple of days from 7 years ago when we met, and it's just a really powerful threshold moment that felt called to just capture as we drive up to our favorite cafe today to do some work. And it's just a beautiful moment because this we used to film in the car 7 years ago driving to Toronto.
Well, we are our the date that we actually met was
Oh, right, the spring
March
equinox,
spring equinox, March 20th,
and we're approaching
and we're
that
approaching that right now. And
for
that was
7 years.
7 year cycle is that marks the 7 year cycle. So that's quite worth celebrating
It
on a number
is.
of levels.
It is, especially, and I feel like many people will probably resonate with this when you have a vision or you start something and it doesn't go to plan. I mean, we met,
Out of the
we,
gate.
out
Yeah.
of the gate, we met, we launched the business the day the website Flow Network went live. COVID lockdowns were announced, and we had just started building this momentum with our workshops, and then obviously everything was locked down and we had to stop doing those, and then life, cancer,
Yeah.
um,
Sharon's cancer
bone
journey.
breaks, relationship
Yes.
breakdowns, just you name it,
It took
it
place.
took place. And
It took place, but we accommodated it. I think
yes,
that's the like we go, okay, let's just
yeah,
let's embrace that
we
and
surrendered to it being part of the plan,
yeah,
even though,
yeah.
and this is the part that I want to say, is like, because you're still coming through that in a
I
lot of
know I'm
ways,
still just on
of
the
like,
back end of the
kind of like,
grief.
the dark, when you go through the dark night of the soul, as some people call it, where you're just really in it, in the deeper dive, in the grief and the all of that, all of that messiness. You can feel like, oh my God, am I ever gonna feel what, liberated, creative,
Alive again.
alive?
Have energy.
Is my life going to make
Consistency.
sense? And the trust required during that period
Yeah.
is not for the faint of heart. And yet I think, and I could see so many people who have been in it and staying with it and staying with the discomfort are beginning to rise. And so that's what's been occurring within me. I feel Flow Network is just, with the spring coming and our 7 year together, it's like re-emerging
Yeah.
after a long winter.
The massive clarity.
Yeah, with massive clarity, with massive, well, I mean, we talk about this horizontal growth and the
Yeah.
horizontal connection that occurs in the dark, like a seed that goes
Underneath the
down
earth,
and then the
mycelium.
roots start to connect together. And those roots have grown strong. And that's something that we both aligned with when we built this business, which it's, for me, weird to call it a business.
Business
It's
in
more
process.
an organism.
BIP.
I like to call it an organism
Okay, organism. That's better.
instead of
than
an
a BIP.
organization. Um, but that's, for me, we've aligned on that future of businesses, like going inside first, being coherent with ourselves, and then therefore being able to be coherent with your partners and whoever else you're working with. And that those roots are, what we've been tending to and nurturing through lots of messiness and challenge and
Which is
grief,
that's the whole show.
the whole show.
If there's no messiness, go deeper.
Yeah. And we were watching some of our first series that we did, it started off as the big play, because we're, like, this is, life is a play. Or no, the big game. Life is a big game. This is all just a game, But then we realized, let's call it a play instead, because it doesn't always feel fun.
Yes.
Like a game. It's like a play. There's
The
many
play's
acts.
staged, exactly.
And there's, the natural arc of a play where there is that dip down. And I think I felt called to put this message out just for anybody who might be in the dip. Actually, I just spoke to
dip.
somebody in my network who's in the dip right now, but doing the thing of just like, I'm a surrender to being in the dip, not judging it, and then just having that reminder that you're not alone and that you will get out of the dip one day with even more clarity, more insight, more liberation than before.
The dupe dip.
The dupe dip. The density under pressure effect.
Yeah.
Which we'll share more about that for sure as well. That's been a part of the dialogue we've been using. And yeah, I just wanted to just kind of capture this moment of familiarity, but it being a spiral of elevation after 7 years of revisiting a lot of the same conversations, but from a different being. Like, I'm a different being, you're a different being.
Yeah.
Although watching those videos back 7 years ago, there was this tangible feeling I felt of like
It felt like we did it last week.
Yeah, like it felt.
It was so familiar, and in the interim between now and 7 years now, we've watched it a few times, and for me at times just felt, geez, I'm really banging on about nothing.
Yeah, like, does
What's
anybody
the point?
care
Who
about
cares?
this?
And we haven't put it out.
Yeah, they've been hiding. Like,
Yeah, we
they've
haven't put it
literally
out to the
been in
market.
private mode for years.
Yeah.
Because we know
Almost
we
the
haven't been
garbage
ready.
mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I actually did garbage our whole Instagram account in a moment of, what have I done with my life? And, is this even valuable? And
Which is really worth sharing, right? Like that is the down in the swamp.
yeah, when you're in the swamp, don't make any big decisions.
Yeah.
Life
Yeah.
decisions.
Have someone you can actually talk to and just remind me not to make any big decisions when I'm down in the swamp.
Yeah. Yes. I'm thinking of Julia Cameron, who wrote, The Artist's Way. She would talk about the inner critic and how you need to have like a buddy that you can call when you're in it to just kind of remind you. And it's so true.
That you can really trust deeply.
Yes. Yeah.
Which sometimes is a little bit difficult to find.
Sometimes it's hard to
beginning.
find the people you can trust really deeply. But that's something that Whoopsa. That's something that I felt with you right from the beginning. And
yes, to say that we actually, well, I'll say for myself. I mean, the first time I met you, I recognized, okay, boom. There she is. Step right up. Let's go.
Let's go. And I recognized you as well. And yeah. And now watching those videos back from 7 years ago, and we're in this place of clarity, we're like, wow, we could put those videos out today and they're still relevant.
Yeah.
And even if not more relevant, just because, we've been talking about this for so long. And
well, it's interesting because we were talking about the lockdowns and the lockdowns. There was the stock market crash, and there was a bunch of things. And we were watching it yesterday. I thought they're just events, but they're very similar to the events that take place in our world right now. What's going on over in Iran, and what's going on with the stock markets and money, and like it just keeps on repeating itself. And when I started to actually look at that through the lens of patterns, you go, yeah.
Yeah, and what we didn't know then was we weren't into the gene keys at that point in time, which gave us massive clarity about why we connected so quickly, instantly, like with the different connections that are literally mapped in the stars, and also to give us the frame of reference of how things are changing in 2027, which we sensed, but to have it validated so deeply.
Yeah.
So
from a mechanics standpoint,
and also to know
yes.
that you've been wired for that time.
Yeah.
You literally have the same keys.
Lucky me.
As the keys that are in 2027. Yeah. So you and Sharon being ahead of the time.
Yeah, literally I was wired for 2027 and forward. And actually what that really means is I'm going to do a great job of making messes and learning from making messes and cleaning them up and then building again. Mm-hmm. Previous to that. So I'm an expert fail forward fast person.
Yes. I've also failed as well in a lot of ways, but one thing I feel very what's the word? It's not proud, but I feel grateful that I was able to somehow find a trust in myself and the integrity of how we've been going to market, and not trying to
Yeah.
push to grow vertically before
To prove something
the
as well.
horizontal
Yeah.
growth was established. Yeah, to prove something or to gain something, or to, as much as there were times when there's temptations to do that, but we, as partners, we had that accountability with each other to say, is that really the way you want to go? And just, yeah, I'm so grateful.
Yeah, it's interesting because the whole, because we live on a float home now, we have the forest, we're on the ocean, forest right behind us, and then the reference to mycelium, which is all the roots in the forest, and we live like in a rainforest.
Yeah, in an
And
indigenous
it's
lands.
in an indigenous land, so there's just nothing for all directions, and to actually think of it as horizontal. So a startup is typically thought of as scaling up really as fast as you possibly can. That's actually fast. And what we've come to understand is no, you have to go underground and go horizontal. And you don't know who and where, what seeds you're actually putting out there are going to
And you have to
shoot
trust
up,
that
and you have to
the
trust.
land's fertile enough
Yes.
for things are actually going to grow.
I just love that as a metaphor.
Yeah, like the farmers, they plant all these seeds, and you hope that Mother Nature is going to support your crops. And I think for me, where we ended up living, especially living on the waters, relative to the metaphor of water and flow, and the connections that typically occur near water of trades and ideas and communities gathering.
Yeah, it has historically been the hub of how civilizations have grown.
It's a perfect environment for Flow Network to reemerge after 7 years. It's just a beautiful, poetic part of our story.
Yeah, going with the flow.
Going with the flow, baby. So I just wanted to share this moment and capture it. And
great idea.
Yeah, and you're going to be seeing a lot more of us. Isn't that right?
Yes.
Flover and out.